This is the WBO Intercontinental Middleweight Championship.
According to the records, Tommy Langford only half an inch taller than Timo Laine, but he looks a little bit more than that to me. Tommy Langford still undefeated. Fights now under his belt, and he's acquired the Commonwealth title, beat Derbyshire's Lewis Taylor. Tough guy is Taylor, and Tommy did a pretty good job. 118 and 111 on 2 cards, 118, 110 on the 3rd. And it was his birthday 4 days ago, so looking for a bit of a celebration here.
And he's already come out nice and sharp. Now the nice little uppercut there and in close.
4th defence of this WBO Intercontinental Middleweight title. The Finn comes into this on the back of 5 victories all this year. He's been a pro since 2010. And like 1 or 2 other famous fighters, notably Bernard Hopkins, lost his pro debut.
It doesn't always mean anything, does it? Sometimes
doesn't make him a bad man, does it?
Well, better lose the first than lose it when it counts.
That'll get Twitter going, won't it, with people giving various examples of other people who've lost on their pro debuts.
Off the top of my head, didn't Sanchez lose his first?
Did he?
Not sure.
There was the guy who fought Floyd Patterson, wasn't there? He went straight from being the Olympic champion straight into a world title fight. Yeah. Pete Rademacher.
Good body shot there from Langford, that's good.
Laine's trying to be busy, isn't he?
Well, Langford's another fighter, almost in the same mould as Skeet in many ways. A guy who we thought is a really good technical boxer, a good thinker, but seemed to lack a little bit of physical strength.
Nice right hand, Barry. Sorry.
But what difference he's shown in his last few fights? He's showing us he's all of a sudden he's matured a little bit more, physically stronger, and likes to be a bit more aggressive, be more assertive in his work.
Looking for plenty of variety of shots here, and he's only in the opening round here, but he's starting to give Laine a bit of a working over in the closing minutes of this round.
What's good for Langford here as well, he's not getting too close with his shots.
Birmingham University graduate, of course, is Tommy. Mum and Dad both teachers.
They must have been over the moon when he decided to become a boxer. Good start there for Langford.
Tom Cheney's trainer.
Stalked a little bit more then and sat in front of him earlier on. Keep moving there. Put the right hand here, keep cracking him down there. Keep cracking, break him up. Yeah. When you actually get up close and in the pocket, you've got to let go. You're waiting a little bit there. Keep touching him. Yeah. Don't go head hunting for now. Don't go head hunting for now. Yeah. Just grabbing up, keep cracking him around here. Patient, patient. Tapping in here, tap, tap, tap. Walking down with the punch. Need that feint. It's coming low, yeah? On the outside of it, yeah? Good lad. Nice. When you're in the pocket, let him go, yeah? Let him go. Body. Jabbing there, mate, yeah? Come on, crack it.
Well, that was an impressive opening round from Tommy Langford. It's 10 round of this, and unquestionably he now has 1 in the bag. And signs in that last minute or so that he made inside the distance win here. Looks as though he's got very much more in the locker than Laine.
Well, Laine looked like a neat little boxer, but I think once Langford put it on him a little bit, he's gone a little bit gun shy.
Big Marvin Hagler fan is Tommy Langford. Not much like him in the way he fights, but he loved it.
That's where it ends, really, yeah.
He's about 5 inches taller for a start, and he's not a southpaw. He also likes to think, or models himself on Joe Calzaghe, and that's not a bad person to try and mimic.
He's a nice, neat boxer, is Langford. And I said he's adding that physical strength now, and he's more assertive. He looks for the finish.
There's not a lot coming back from his challenger here.
No, what's good for Langford is he's taking little steps to the side, just little movements. So Joe used to do it in a different style, where he would always be moving like as if you're going around the clock face. Just so when the opponent goes to throw back, you're just on the little bit of the outside of the punches. Means they got to turn. They got to turn to hit you, and those added, half a second or milliseconds sometimes is enough for you to see the punches coming back your way. Just stand. Sometimes people stand in front of your opponent, throw their punches, do good work, stand in front of your opponent, and they're tired to get hit back themselves.
Langford having things absolutely his own way. The pattern of the opening round being repeated here in the second. Again, good footwork again.
Yeah, good movement around the body there, looking for the angles. And also he's staying at that distance that suits him. So Laine there, you can't reach him because he's too far out, because he's got such long arms as Langford. He's a much taller fighter. And he's not getting too close, allowing his opponent to work with him.
Laine's showing absolutely nothing, is he? Opening round, he had his moments in the first minute or so, but since then it's been all Langford.
Well, he's trying to get you can see him just a little bounce there in his step, trying to get a little bit of rhythm to his work, but his distance is all wrong because Langford's got his distance first using that jab. Every time Laine looks to do something, Langford just pops that jab in his face, and he has to reset, and then Langford comes forward.
Langford's been a pro since 2012. A couple of good wins back in the amateur days. Anthony Fowler, Callum Smith as well. And that's 2 out of 2.
Yeah, he's at that level now where he steps on. He's the Commonwealth champion.
Threes and 5 combinations together now. You kind of get your feet there. Yeah. Don't start from too far out. Brilliant. Good. One more gear now. Okay, one more gear now. Not erratic, educated. Educated. Get a little bit closer. Stick in the pocket a little bit closer, not throwing nothing stiff. Really get the back on the feet.
Kerry Kay's acting as assistant in that corner. Not too many people in the UK know more about conditioning than him. He's the one who kept Ricky Hatton in the ring for all those years, when Ricky was sometimes having his own approach as to how to make the weight.
He must have hated it when Ricky came back to start the training camp and seen the size of him, thought, oh, here we go all over again.
He earned his money, didn't he? Only joking, Ricky. Good stuff from Langford. Used to be a bodybuilder once upon a time, you know. Yeah, I think that's a very highly rated one.
Well, I think they're experts in how to control their weight, aren't they? Because they got to know how to cut weight properly, the right food to eat. It's a good display from Langford. It's not just neat boxing. He's being aggressive with it. He's looking for the finish.
And he's making it a one-horse race so far.
Well, he's looking for the finish without taking any silly risks as well. And it's all about where you plant your feet, your judgment of distance.
Lovely variety of shot. Body shot, that is. Didn't like it, did he? Complained to the referee, thought it was low. Another one on the same spot.
Well, the good thing with that for Langford there, he landed with some good shots, just took half a step out there. And Laine tried to throw a punch and he's hitting fresh air.
Well, the body shots are really taking it out of Laine, and the gloves starting to come down a little, presenting some openings up top as well for Langford. Absolute one-sided battering this.
Yeah, he's giving him a good going over, isn't he? Good pressure fight there from Langford. You can see Laine, if you give him a little bit of space, a little bit of time to come forward and work, you got to, I'm not saying he's a great fighter or anything, he got a bit of skill, good bit of movement on him, but Langford's movement's been superb.
He's been outgunned, hasn't he? And he's being hurt by these body shots.
And I don't think Langford's ever going to be a KO artist. I'm not saying he can't knock people out, but he's never going to be a KO artist, but you can almost definitely see that he's going to be wearing people down, breaking people's hearts. A little bit, again, a lot like Bradley Skeet. He said, he comes forward more, does Langford.
Well, he's absolutely taking him apart here. And nothing really is coming back from Laine. I think there's really starting to be an argument that the referee is going to be taking a look at this and wondering whether or not it's going to be allowed to continue. He was very, very much in close attendance there, Phil Edwards, watching to see if anything was coming back from Laine. And frankly, I don't think a great deal was. And I wonder whether or not he himself actually wants too much more.
Well, I don't think Laine's hurt in that sort of way. I think that's why the referee didn't step in. But you've got to throw punches back, and the referee has no option if you're not defending yourself. And I think Laine's been overwhelmed. And he just can't read the fight at all at the minute.
Talk about the British title, of course, for Tommy Langford, and that raises the rather interesting possibility of Chris Eubank Jr.
Well, you think Eubank would still want to defend his title because now obviously the Golovkin fight's fallen out of bed for him. He has, his options are reduced, aren't they? So I think Langford against Eubank. I know Langford fancied the fight, and I think Eubank will almost definitely fancy the fight.
Be a good one, wouldn't it?
It would be a good one. Could it be all action? I think. To Eubank Jr.'s credit, he's been a busier fighter since we've seen him since the Saunders defeat. I think he's another guy who's learned from his defeat. Oh, good right hand there.
Well, just when we were completely writing Laine off, he comes out and starts fast, and he just stunned him a little bit with that right hand, I think. See what sort of response Langford can bring now. And it's good.
Oh, it's good right hand back there from Langford.
I thought he looked as though he's just... That's a good right hand from Langford. I thought that Laine looked as though he's just about spent at the end of the third round. Looked as though he pretty much didn't want to know, did he? But he's landed a couple in the early stages, but now Langford's powering it on again, and the referee's watching closely to see if Laine fires back.
Well, Laine just threw enough punches there, though, didn't he, to stop the referee from stepping in a little,
isn't it?
That's where he gets him there, Langford. Those body shots. I would rally upstairs, 3 or 4 punches upstairs, and then whip one down really fast across the body.
Like that.
He moves across around the body, tremendous.
I don't think he's got too much willpower left now, Laine. He keeps looking across at his corner as much as to say, what have you got me into here?
I don't think he's seriously hurt, I just think he's being overwhelmed. Been a good work rate though from Langford. Very busy he's been.
Laine trying to get up onto his toes again, trying to get a bit of movement into those legs.
Well, Langford's having success there with that looping right hand when he gets Laine on the ropes. For me, I just get him to half a step back, and I throw an overhand right. I dip the shoulder, dip the head, and throw an overhand right. Just take a little step to the left, and then let that right hand go with everything you got.
Again, Laine just about doing enough as he works off those ropes to convince the referee that he's still got something left and still got some ambition, but that's another big round for Langford, and I think the referee just having a word with him and asking him if he's okay.
Well, I think, you know, he fought back just enough to keep him in the fight. Just. That's all it is, and I guess, yeah, there's no ambition, or his plan is for Langford to tire himself out.
The body, yeah. That's smart with his hook coming on the outside. A few more jabs getting you there now. Jabs to the nose, a punch. Okay. That's that nose. Keep that aggressive pressure on, yeah? Now be the punch, just in it.
While you're watching Tom Cheney there with Tommy Langford, the referee just went across to the Laine corner, and I'm not sure he didn't say, I want to see a few more punches being landed, and maybe also talking about that nick around the eye, and the nose has gone as well, and maybe just telling them that it's his punches that have done it.
Yeah, I think it was the little cut above the left eye of Laine. That I just think the referee was saying this, it was a punch, nothing else.
I've done a heck of a lot have landed. We've not got a punch stat to give you, but it would be overwhelmingly in Langford's favour. I can't think that Laine has landed more than a dozen or so meaningful punches in 4 rounds of the fight.
And Langford can't miss with that right hand, especially the looping one, just around the guard of his opponent, finding it easy to hit the target.
He's a classic example of what people mean when you say step to the side to create a bit of space, isn't he? He does it so effectively, Langford.
Just maybe he's doing nothing wrong. Just maybe just change the tempo of some of the punches, so sort of shoe shine upstairs, so it's faster and lighter, and then dip down with a heavy shot to the body. Well, just that change in tempo at times just confuses your opponent.
That was the Calzaghe speciality, wasn't it? Half a dozen which were just sort of range finders, and then the combinations ended with the big hook or something.
That's right, yeah. I don't want to take credit for that.
You taught him all he knows, did you?
Not at all. I just don't want to take credit for it.
Well, don't.
Oh, good right hand there from Langford.
I presume that all birthday celebrations were put on hold for Tommy Langford when he celebrated his 27th 4 days ago. Maybe he'll be able to unwind a little bit after this. Laine is the one who's holding.
Well, it's a strange performance from Laine, because he came out in the first round looking like he might, give it a go, but then
it's just totally lacking ambition, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been on boxing, he's been struggling to find the range, and that's all to do with Langford. He found the range first and established his jab pretty early. But I don't think Langford has really hurt him, so I think maybe he would be a little more adventurous, take a risk.
You don't think those body shots have had a bit?
No, I think that all the punches taken effect. I don't think he's been massively buzzed, but I don't think he's taken a shot off Langford. No, I'm gone. Oof, I can't see too many more of those. Langford's hitting him clean, but not heavy.
Completely one-sided so far. And as you say, as another right hand thuds home, he just can't miss with that shot, can he?
But then he's just showing there, like he took 2, landed 2 of his own straight ways. He's showing that he can do a bit when he wants to, but he has no ambition. Langford's dominated absolutely everything. Good, they're whipping across the body there with those hooks. Langford just trying to take the breath away of Laine.
How you feeling? All right, yeah, looking good, getting the nice shots up. Yeah. Got to find the gaps, really, just find the gaps. Yeah. Haven't got to be power every time. Yeah. Touch him and bully him around and all that. Got to bring him into full potential. I need you to start attacking with that right hand now. Okay. As you said, yeah. Touch and draw the shot and attack the right hand.
So into the 6th round. And into the second half of the fight. Langford, we've got him 5 rounds out of 5. Emphatically leading this fight so far. Laine are a little bit more mobile now. Still not really throwing anything.
Well, he's got to try. He's got to slip inside the shots of Langford. He's moving back just gives Langford one opportunity to move forward, and also he's on the end of the shots, which is the last place you want to be when you're fighting a taller fighter.
He'll be looking for a more hurtful right hand, trying to respond to the instructions of Tom Cheney. Touch him and then really go for it. There it is. Unable to prise a way through for the headshots though.
Maybe a bigger step to the right when he gets him on the ropes for Langford. Almost be on the side of him and then just really dig that left hook in the body. Or the uppercut.
Looks as though Langford was going to get him out, didn't he? Particularly when Laine was just on the ropes, throwing just nothing back. I thought the referee was going to stop it at that stage, but Langford's not really moving him now.
No, Laine doesn't look troubled at all, does he? And even though he's not doing anything, he's not troubled by anything either.
Oh, good shot, good right hand. Walked into it, didn't he?
He did, lovely shot. This is where he got to put his foot on the pedal now, Langford.
And he's doing so. He's trying to stamp himself on Laine right there and right now, trying to keep the pressure on.
This is where the fast combo, the fast straight punches here for Langford.
It's been a fairly woeful performance from Laine though, isn't it? It's hard to you know, you kind of try to be kind to people, but he's done precious little when it's clearly an opportunity.
Yeah, well, it's a big opportunity for him, yeah, and he's shown flashes that he could be competitive. I don't think he's good enough to beat Langford at all, and he might have got caught cleaner and hurt if he would have shown a little bit of adventure. But just showing bits sometimes that he can be useful.
No knockdown, you're not allowed to sling somebody to the ground like that, but a bit of frustration from Langford as much as anything else.
Well, again, he looked like he was going to get him out there. He caught with a lovely time right hand as Laine came forward, and then he did put his foot on the pedal. He did accelerate with his punches. It just wasn't enough.
Yeah. Keep plugging away, doing well. Got to stay switched on. Yeah. You know when he's holding you in it, try and get the distance and then come back again. Yeah. Let's attack that jab of his now, straight right hand, bam. Yeah. Little side step, look over his shoulder.
Close your eye. Close your eye. Keep your eye. Big breaths. Big breaths. Big breaths.
Yeah. Plugging away, yeah.
A lot of interest down here for this bill, of course, particularly that fight later on. effectively top of the bill, the British and Commonwealth Super Welterweight title, which is our last fight after the 2 world title fights, Liam Williams and Gary Corker, and it's really caught the imagination of the Welsh journalists down here. That's coming up, and before then you've got Guillermo Rigondeaux and Jazza Dickens and Terry Flanagan and Nzonki Fana, 2 world titles before what should be a terrific domestic scrap. And this is now getting very, very one-sided indeed. I think this can be stopped, and indeed it has been. And that is not a moment too soon. It was absolutely one-sided. An avalanche of punches coming in from Langford. Laine, I don't think,